Hi, we're in the
Hi.
garden, and False Teeth Real Tarot is here with me. And the way we're going to start today is we're going to start by pulling a crystal for the day. And then I've got a bunch of questions, and we're going to.
Crystal for today.
Uh-oh. I'm getting an echo off my phone, which is what I need.
I just took mine down.
Okay.
You just went live.
Okay, let me turn it off. I'm going to just turn it off. Anyway, power off. Okay. So I'm going to use crystal cards. I'm going to pull a crystal for the day because we got 8 months worth of readings to catch up on, kids. Actually, fortunately, there weren't that many out there, but. Ooh, Amazonite. Oh, here, I'm going to print this one so you can read it. Amazonite. That's right side up. Amazonite. And I don't know if you know Amazonite. It's a great stone for right now because it's a great stone for healing anxiety, solar plexus and crown, and it aligns your life purpose, encourages you to step into the path and with strength and courage, assists you in finding the divine and truth in all things, facilitates deep internal reflection, encourages you to come up with an alignment with your divine will and manifest your heart's desire. And I had a friend who suffered from very bad anxiety, and so when I built a grid for her, the whole outer ring was Amazonite to seal it with divine power for healing. And she got the job she wanted the next month. So it's a good card. So, and I love seeing that for us today because a lot of the questions I have today are stress-based. And let's see. Oops. Okay. For those of you who missed the mea culpa about, go away. My phone didn't go off. Mercury is so retrograde, guys. It is so retrograde. I mean, but part of Mercury being retrograde was me going back and finding 8 months worth of questions and comments. So what I've done is I've put a day every month aside that I have to look at and go in and check my comments to make sure I'm catching all of them. I catch a certain segment of them on my phone when I look at my channel, but what I wasn't catching was this whole giant realm, and a lot of them were just lovely comments, and I thank the people for their lovely thoughts, but some of them were like the one we're going to start with, and this was from a woman named Elaine. And I really feel badly that I didn't catch this because if I wrote this to someone, I'd kind of want an answer. She wanted to know about if her world is going to stop crumbling around her. So that's the one we're going to start with today. And I'm going to do a yes, no. And if I see more in it than I want, and False Teeth, whose name is really Melinda, I can't keep calling you False Teeth. So we're going to lay something. We're going to comment on what both of us see for you. Because we've been going through some trying stuff. So
yes.
And if you think I'm being unfair, I don't have a way to split my screen up differently than this. So the table seemed to me to be more important in my face, but it's not more important than Melinda's reading. So Melinda will lay out her reading. Oh yeah. Your world is changing. The crumbling's done. The crumbling was back here. You're actually getting back on a new emotional point, but part of it was understanding you had to give up some false bases that you felt you had, some false foundation, and you're still struggling with building something new. The money situation hasn't changed completely, but you have definitely figured out how to move on because you got the Knight of Swords here. So I would say, Elaine, I hope that this is true, that things are going much better for you. What'd you see, Melinda?
Okay, what I have is, I'll see better now with my glasses on. The first card I got up was the lily,
Mm-hmm.
and that's peace and harmony, wisdom. You have a lifetime of things that has gone on, and I believe that, that your connection with your past will bring you peace in the future. And in the middle, I got pathways. This was the
Mm-hmm.
lily,
Mm-hmm.
and then pathways.
Mm-hmm.
And this is about, your options, your choices in life, the decisions that you have to make, and you have free will to change anything that any choice that you believe that is your way of going. And any
Mm-hmm.
way that you choose is not a wrong way, because that's just something else that we need to go through in life.
Mm-hmm.
And then your last card was child. And so then the child card is all about creativity and plan, and it's just the beginning. So, just trust your and whatever emotions that you're getting that is tied to your heart, look into it, and look inside yourself, and the child within will help you decide on choices in life. And then I've got one more card right here, and it says, hope is the conduct for miracles. So I believe that you are going to be just fine, honey.
Yeah,
You know,
I see yours moving the same direction. Everything's moving. The day you wrote that to me, you were in really a bad space. And I hope that what we're seeing here, I really have a strong feeling it is. Do you know someone named Michelle Urich?
yeah, that's my little sister. That's my baby
You just
sister.
said. That's what you just said. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do anything to get another viewer, guys. I'll invite in. If you got a family
She,
of 10,
she
let me
just
know.
she told me.
Anyway, Barb's Wheel of Fortune wanted to know if her station or if her channel is going to go well. And I looked at a couple shows. They look very good. She's doing them on a relatively consistent basis. I would say the thing that's most helpful that I've seen in readers I know is if you kind of have a format so people have a certain level of predictability, then you can throw in the odd thing that changes. Now, as y'all know, I teach all kinds of weird stuff about energetics and things. And so I'm always changing, and that does have an effect on your viewership. So if you want your channel to grow, pick a direction to move in and keep moving in it. And the fact just didn't do it 6 times and then crater, thumbs up. Pete wants to know if he's open for new growth. And so when I'm going to throw the stones in the garden, you can read your cards or do whatever it is you want to do over there, Miss Melinda.
Right. And the question one more time was,
Pete wants to know if he's heading in a new growth period.
all right, thank you.
Okay. I'm going to try to star people who are asking questions today. We have a lot of questions, so I can start while you're shuffling because I know you guys have to shuffle. I just have to throw once.
No,
Yes, you have so many. You have your spirit, your mind, and your body are all in earth. And in earth, in the garden means new things are coming up. And that's why you're asking this. Am I ready for all this new growth? You sure as heck are. And then your clarity, that's this stone here. It's sodalite. It's in water. And when it shows up in water, I've reprinted my sheets and they're not in the order I usually have them in. You have the clarity you need. Follow many of these paths, but you have a totally new sense of life force behind you. And I think that's having your grounding stone appear in the present. And when that shows up in the present, it said, all the gifts you have, no, it says values are being purified right now. And that would make sense with your mind and your body and your spirit all being locked up in earth. And when your body's in your physical changes are coming around you. I think things are actually changing from you. You're moving away from the fire, which is your ancestral paths or your past life paths, or just things that have hung on to you in this life. You're moving into a whole new phase. Big changes are coming for you. Spirit's transforming. When it's in earth, it's transforming, but it's not yet finished. That's why you're saying, am I ready for this? Because your spirit's not totally, it's on board. It's just not completely finished doing what it needs to do. And your mind is when it's in earth, it's in final situations, and thoughts are coming, but because it touches into fire, it also says, do not become tied to the false energy of your past. So yeah, you're ready for the new growth, dear. You need to make that decision, and you're coming to clarity about it. And you're coming to the idea, I have a bunch of pathways to go for. Go for the one that you can follow your heart. That's what I got.
Nice. Okay, what I got is first off, I want to ask everyone, if you do have a question, please put it in all caps, maybe an emoji if you want to, but it makes it so much easier to see.
Yeah, it
Okay.
does.
Yes, thank you. And thumbs up also for Nancy Jean. She's awesome.
Well,
Okay,
thumbs
the
up.
first card. I'm
Go.
sorry. The first card that I got was the Ten of Swords. So I believe that whatever your thoughts or whatever your thought pattern was, that it came to an end, and that you have a new beginning going on. The next card came up was the six cups. So maybe there's I believe that you're looking within inside yourself, because the next card was the Seven of Cups. With all these choices that you have, there's every cup has a choice. So whatever choice that you are making brought you to the star, and then there's seven stars with seven points. So I believe that whatever choice that you made, because you also got seven cups, is that you're going in the right direction. And the card on the bottom was the Ten of Wands, and that you have done so much work. You're doing a lot of work on yourself. You're doing a lot of work on the things that's going to provide you much knowledge and intuition, opening up, and belief systems that is coming into the forefront of your mind. I believe it's going to take you far. And that's what I had.
Great. I think we both basically came to the same conclusion, two different ways of getting there. That's good. It sounds really good for you. Okay, Tammy J put in here. Did you get my question from the morning? Yes, I did. And I also got a question from you for several months ago. So we're going to start with the one from several months ago, and I'm going to use the pendulum on this. And you asked, why do children stare at you? What are they seeing? So I'm going to start this with, do I have permission to do dowsing? Am I aligned with my higher self? Are all in this community fully protected? Okay, so we're going to ask, I think they see that spark in you that they feel they can trust. But I'm going to ask if that was my instinct, and I couldn't figure out a way to do that with cards. So are the children staring at Tammy because they feel she instinctually they can trust you? Boy, do they. Okay. And so what did you get?
I intuitively, that's what I also got when the question was first asked. When I first heard it, that's exactly what I got. That they see the inner child in you, and they know that you're a good person, and
Okay,
so they can trust you.
They're probably amazed to see that much sense that childlike energy in a grown-up body, because most of us have sort of stopped doing that to a lot of extent. Okay, now I think Tammy knows who she thinks sent her that song. Was her instincts right? Tammy, you knew who sent you that song. And you just want me to tell you that it's right. And your instincts were right. Now, if you had no idea, open up your heart, because that's what it is. So anyway, so that's the question for right then. Now, I had a lady who said, she said, I am the only person has print in the chat that's too small. I don't know what to tell you, dear. I have enough trouble getting my channel up.
Oh, I just thought of something,
Mhm.
that a while back, because I was having trouble. I forgot all about this. I was having trouble seeing it, without constantly putting on my glasses. So I went inside the phone settings, and then in the phone settings somewhere, I don't remember how to get there. You might be able to Google it, but I just found it. I don't know. My guides must have told me what to push because I have no idea how I even found it. But you can make a word, your the whole one word, the whole daggone screen, or you
Mhm.
can break it down. Right now your settings is probably at maybe the lowest, maybe or around there, but
Mhm.
you can bring it up to magnify it up a little bit.
Great. I'm glad we could help you with that. Okay. Hello World wants a message uh, from Spirit for them. So I'll throw the garden
Okay.
and you can throw the cards. And what message does Spirit have for Hello World? Ooh, that's interesting. Do you want me to start? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. You got go for it, which is just one of the best spots on here. And you got values. All is aligned with you and your values right now and true. And true just flat out means you're seeing things very, very clearly. So you just need to be moving on it. Now, your clarity is also in true, and it's also touching the tree of life. So when your clarity isn't true, all your ideas are correct. You couldn't get a better reading on this, I don't think. And then your tree of life is telling you your paths are blessed with clarity and wisdom. Ah, I actually have this written down. I'm not making this up. So spirit is in water, and water means that something's moving away. So your spirit right now being in water denotes that transmutation is completed. No wonder you're doing okay. Here's your two problem stones though in this one. You've got and your spirit's telling you, and everything's telling you, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Except you need to really work on your mind. Okay. Your mind is back here in fire, and fire is the South, it's ancestors, it's our past. And when our mind gets in fire, it says, do not allow your thoughts to be fed false energy from the past. So don't go back to every time it didn't work. That's what you do. When next time you're feeling like, oh, I can't go that way because this is all flowing too well, think of whose voice is saying that to you. It won't be in your own voice. And then you can thank that spirit politely to leave you alone and go on its own way. And your body is between earth, which says physical changes are coming, and fire, which says you're embodying things from your past. You're just starting to really use them. So your message from spirit is whatever spirit's telling you to do it, go for it. So what'd you get?
Nice. Okay, what I got at first was from Archangel Uriel, and that is trust. So I believe that with the card beside it, faith. I mean, sounds like you are
We
coming
couldn't be
in.
much closer. That's great. Do you have another one, or just
I
those?
do. The Jophiel came in with liberation. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
check out that eagle. And I
Mm-hmm.
believe that you're liberating yourself. And trying to figure out ways to get it. As you were speaking, in my belief system, maybe not everybody would believe this way, but in my belief system, I believe that hell resides right here between my ears, and when I could take myself there anytime that I choose to. And sometimes, I get like that. it's because hell's getting hotter. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when I realized that I gotta pay attention what goes on between my ears, so that way I don't go there, because I don't
Mm-hmm.
like it.
No.
But anyway, these um, I also pulled my fearless freedom lights up the world. There you go. That's a
Yeah.
good kind of light right there. And then my last card is I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again, I choose love.
Mm-hmm.
So, fear will take you right there to hell every time.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was great. So now our next question is, I was asked about Andrea's crystals. And yes, Andrea's really good with crystals. She talks about them quite a bit. She loves crystals. And I take it this is lilac lantern, Andrea. It didn't say. I don't know another Andrea, so I can't comment on them. But I do know that she and I exchange crystal information frequently. So yes, I'm 100% behind whatever she's saying about crystals. And that's sort of a question that I don't know if false teeth has a feeling one way or the other.
Oh, I love crystals. I love rocks. I love fossils. And if I don't know which one that, if I don't think that it's the right one that somebody's telling me, if you go and you look and you feel, if you put your heart in front of you, you could feel a whole lot better, I think. And if you even go into one of those shops, I believe
Mm-hmm.
that you'll be guided right to it, whatever crystal that you're going to need. But if somebody is saying something to you, if you don't feel like it's right, you know, check out and see what you're supposed to get done. But if Andrea said it, man, I trust Andrea. She's
Yeah,
awesome.
she looks her stuff up. She just doesn't wing it. Okay, the
Mhm.
next question is a lady. It's another one that I feel very badly about not having found you till today. But 8 months ago, she was facing a job loss and her mother's health, and that was from 8 months ago. So the way I wanted to word this question, and I talked with Melinda about it. What we're going to do is we're going to look at, has her situation improved, and I hope Rosario finds this somehow. I did tell her that we would be reading this today. So okay. I think this has been a trip. I think this last, and I'll tell you a secret about the garden is whatever falls into the heart is the stone you refer to first, because it the heart is the entry to the garden. And I have a woman who works with my garden all the time. She's in Puerto Rico, and she wrote me a whole long letter about how the heart is the opening spot on the grid. And it said the mind is opened by your heart. So there was a lot of heartache there, but then you went into your your spirit is in the present though, and you. Matter of fact, this says that right now you're going through a lot of spiritual changes that were born out of some of the pain and some of the letting go and some of the coming to terms with that's happened in the last 8 months. You've got your values are in uh, the past, which is look for the patterns that will hold up now that your values are doing some testing, and it's coming out of the sacral chakra too. It's crossed the line. You can read both of these, and it says manifestation for you is supercharged right now. I think I'm kind of glad maybe I didn't read it back then because it sounded like a kind of sad set of circumstances for you, but I think you've pulled out of it. You're doing much better. Your clarity is in air and it's moving forward. It's shifting, and it's you still have some days of real doubts where your thoughts aren't very clear because of what happened back here, but you really have all the clarity you need, and you should be moving forward. And then I saved this one for last because the body, when it's in go for it, that means movement is easy for you now. I think when you wrote that note to me, things look very, very dark and desperate, but I definitely see that the clouds are opening up and you've gotten your mind back in the game and you're pushing and not even pushing. I think you're just going with the flow. I don't think you've had to push anything. I think it's all laid out as it should have.
Nice.
What'd you get?
Okay, I got the letter, which, could be about documents or message or news,
Mm-hmm.
evidence, or legal documents, and it says to release your thoughts, you know. And then my next card was the book. So,
Mm-hmm.
this talks about, facts and truth, and studying a secret, and get into your subconscious and explore the shadow side. It may help you. And the third card is bouquet. It talks about harmony and joy, gift, beauty, and an offer to celebrate, reward, socialize, good times, spring. And so here's your bouquet. It's a beautiful set of flowers. And the bottom card says, empower yourself to change your narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the power to choose
That's right.
whichever direction.
I think I think things have turned out better for you. I hope that's the truth. I really do feel like it is. Um,
Yes.
okay, we got another staring thing. this
Okay.
person, this person wants to know why dogs are always staring at her. This is Travels. I don't know if it's a woman, but it says Travels. Dogs are always staring at me. Is staring at this one point. Is it's staring at a spirit? So we're going to see if I'm going to see if the pendulum thinks it is. Yeah, the pendulum thinks it's staring at a spirit. And I think it's her personal dog. I don't think just dogs down the street are staring. What are you getting?
I'm getting a strong yes on that they're seeing spirits and that they're very sensitive. Whatever your dog is very sensitive. They
Mm-hmm.
say cats are psychic, but I think dogs are more sensitive, and man, cats will let you know. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and a dog will just, yeah. I think he's seeing somebody. I'm gonna ask if it's somebody a past relation.
Oh, you mean
Like,
someone who's trying to contact her? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And I'm getting a yes on that. So you have a family member, okay? Is it female? Is it male? It's a male that's trying to contact you, okay? Is everything all right? Are you sending her different messages? Yes. Is she not seeing the messages? Yes. Okay. Can you give her, is there any kind of a message that she needs to or wants to hear from this gentleman?
Okay. Let's see. It says no. She doesn't really want to hear from whoever this is.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna. Um, can she speak with the spirit and just tell it to leave her alone? Yes. There's something between you and this entity, this person that's changed it, come back as spirit.
Yeah, I got
That
a
is,
big yes on
it's
that too.
it's using your dog to try and bug you. You just need to tell it it's dismissed. Okay, we got another one I can do. And okay, from here to here is 10 to 100, and I use it for percentages. And Marie H. wanted to know if Abbott's going to get his fingers slapped. Um, I'm going to see what percentage of the money from this. He took a bunch of the C-19 funds that were sent into our state for health and put it into something that went to the border wall. I don't know how it all worked, but if he did it, it's probably wrong. Anyway, what's the percentage that he is going to get brought to justice for this? Okay, it's in the 70 percentile. So 70% of it's going to do. What do you got, Melinda?
I got that that he was going to get in trouble for it, that it might not be straight away as quick as somebody may want it to, but
Mm-hmm.
in the long run, he is going to get in trouble. I don't
Yeah,
know what kind of trouble. I didn't ask that yet.
I'm going to see, is that 70% that he's 70% there to getting in trouble? Yes. So those who are coming after him have not completed that.
Right.
Okay. Okay, we're getting to the end of my 8 months of questions. And these are from today's people who wrote in, except for Tammy, who I already answered because I already knew I had a question from her. And that's very confusing, I know. But Jenny P, I'm gonna throw the garden for this. We're gonna make it 2 questions. She said, she's looking at changing jobs. The question is, should she stay in the same field or change out to move to a different field? Okay, so which do you want to start with?
Which one do you want to start? First one that came to my mind was change. So.
Okay, let's see about change first, because that'll help us a little bit. Should she be changing out of her field, right? Is that what we're doing?
Right.
Okay. Oh.
I pulled the Fool. You know, that's starting a new beginning.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
6 of Wands is victory.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Judgment. You know, don't worry about other people. You know, the people at the job that you're at, the field that you're going to be going into.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 10 of Cups. Whatever you choose is going to be
Wow.
you know, happy you, happy family.
Well, I got basically the same thing, except I got for your body, it landed in the path forward, and that means physical feelings are driving you to the next movement to make. So your body knows it's time for me to be out of here. For some reason, you're spiritually tied to the job you have now, but you really feel a move that you want to go forward. And I tell you what you're in the middle of. You've been tied spiritually. Somehow there's some bond to where you're working, but your transmutation is complete. So this is saying you're moving out of that. So you're shifting forward, and you got the infamous go for it. And all is lined right for your values to go to the new job, and your clarity is sitting in water, which is moving forward. And you have all the clarity you need. Follow one of the paths that you have before you. That will resolve the situation. And then your mind, I think where you are now, because the mind showed up at the crown chakra, you're not using your head like you'd like to. And you need to position your mind to the thought of bringing along change. I understand this hesitancy. It's like the devil I have trading the devil I have for the one I don't know. But all these are in the future are great. And I would see things are going to happen in this summer that's going to make it really obvious to you to move forward. It's going to be, by the time you negotiate, look around and do all the changes you need, it's going to be in the fall that you find this job. And by early winter, you're going to be in this new job. But something happened this spring that triggered this for you. You can tell time on this. This is winter, spring, summer, fall, and which stones fall in there. But something happened to you this spring that really made you aware that this was not the job for you to stay in. So I'd say, lady, go for it. Move.
Yeah, my bottom card was the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And the Moon can be like the gateway into allowing the secrets that's in your mind to come out, you know, and you have clarity on what's going on around you. And I believe that you have a lot inside your mind that you just want to experiment with. And with the full, that's a new journey. So absolutely.
Oh, shit. Okay. The next one we have is from today, and it's, where did the kid find the money for the guns in Uvalde? Because, he's supposed to be working in a fast food restaurant, but fast food restaurants in Texas are paying better than they used to because they didn't have workers. And so they had no restaurant unless they really finally paid them. And I don't know what his living circumstances were. I don't know who he lived with. But if you're 18 years old and you're making $12 to $15 an hour and you don't pay any rent, you don't pay for your own food, and you don't have a lot of other expenses, you can build up what looks like a good bank account. And so the first thing I heard in my head when I saw this was, did he apply for credit and buy it on credit cards? They won't let you play the lottery on a credit card, but they'll let you buy guns on it. Really? Okay.
They'll allow you to pull the money out with the credit card and buy lottery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. No, I don't think it was all credit cards. Well, he just has birthday. Let's see if maybe my... What you get, dear?
Okay. What I got was the 3 of Cups, the Moon, and the 9 of Coins. So what I'm getting out of this is that, with this 3 of Cups, it's got some gentlemen over here.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm thinking is that he thought, jackpot, somebody back here is going to roll me some money somehow. And then the Moon came out again, which is secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, there's only several people that know how we got these 9 of Coins, because that's a lot of money for a little kid.
A comment showed up in the comments. Let's see, show. Oh, that's not it. That's your sister. Where'd she go? I heard in the news that the gun manufacturer had a payment plan. Okay.
Yeah.
That's as good an explanation as anything else. Because I thought about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When I've had to do surgery, I've had to save up for months, and it wasn't the amount he spent on that. What'd you get?
I got I pulled from another deck, and so what I got was the dog, which is friend, loyalty, assistance. So he may have got some assistance, like what they're saying is that from protection guardian. Mm-hmm. So maybe he did get some layaway plan for his guns.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we have one last question that came in today, and then we're going to go to the ones in the chat. And this is someone who said, it was quite a long statement, but it was because of the changes we've seen with the 2 shootings so close together, and really beginning to get a much better reading than some of the polls have been showing about how the Americans feel about it. What other changes could we see in the next 4 years? And I have a way of reading year over year, and Melinda hasn't. She's done month to month and maybe year to year, but she hasn't done like 4 years. So this is kind of an experiment, guys. So this is the cards for this year, for 2022, and I got the Knight of Ariel. This is winter, spring, summer, and fall, and this is 22. And the way I would analyze 22 is the Knight of Ariels, the Knight of Pentacles. Things have been moving slowly. A lot of people are sort of sitting around in their hands this spring, but they're going to begin to see new changes and there's going to be a big fight for control because the four of Ariel is the four of coins. And as you know, that's that little guy sitting squatted down trying to hold on to everything he can hold on to. But I think it's the end. This fall is, and this winter is going to be a great time for Joe Biden, because that's my Joe Biden card, the King of Cups. So 2023, 2023 is when we start seeing real changes, and we see a shift to the divine feminine. We get strength back, and we end up with the 10 of Cups. So this is a great year. This is change your life. This is sudden revelations that offer freedom, break free from procrastination. If Biden gets the House majority that he could get in the Senate and the House, I think now, and I don't talk politics much, but just being a realist, look in Australia, they got a new prime minister, and he's already proposed increasing the minimum wage and doing a bunch of other things for workers' rights that had been killed by the last group and held back. He also pushed forward some things about some coal mining and other fossil fuel things in Australia that are going to help with that problem. So I think we're going to see the same thing here. When Biden gets in, he gets his new Congress, and there's going to be a lot more women in that Congress, and that's good for all of us, not just for women. Then we're going to see how much strength this country really has and how strong we really are and what we can really do. And I think by the next winter, December 2023, people are going to be feeling like, wow, this is great. 2024, balancing act, Knight of Raphael. This is an election year, guys. Okay. The beginning of the year, after we've gotten all this great stuff happening, 2024 is going to open up with a lot of people feeling like they have to balance to do a lot of things. But the Knight of Raphael is a person who's bringing in a whole new set of situations and relationships for people to feel about each other. And then you got the sun. Whenever the sun shows up for me, that means like that's the best time. So 2 years from now, we're going to be sitting here saying life is really wonderful as we're going into that solstice time. And then we're going to end with the Ace of Ariel. So that's 22, 23, 24. Okay, we're going to try 2025. Lots of messages, images, things going back, a lot of activity, important communications. Another ace, a new start for the heart, positive new emotional experiences. And we're going to be so exhausted, we're going to want to go sit back and think about it. It's going to be a time for people to seek relief from the stress of all this change. But by the end of 2025, wisdom and objectivity will become an important part of everyone's life. So I think that's a good reading. What'd you get, girl?
Okay, what I got for this year, 2022, the first card came up was the Four Swords, which, we're in that mindset. Because in the next card, though, comes up, it says, I am brave enough to see the light. So if we all get out there and do what we need to do, just be brave, go with your gut on what you should choose to do. And then I got words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerful, positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms. And that is what you attract for yourself and others. And then the last card for 2022 is your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. So that's awesome. And then for 2023, I got the Hanged Man. And so if we start looking at things in a different direction, in a different way, in a different light, we might be able to see what's coming, because the moon comes up next, which is your emotions and your intuition, mood, dreams, subconscious, and your strength for intuition. So the moon card is a little bit different on oh my goodness. Okay, I'll just keep going. Okay, so then it says gratitude list. Counting your blessings and feelings gratitude for
Mm-hmm.
what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixed on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude, and you'll discover the amazing generosity of the universe. Yeah, because the universe has everything that we need,
Mm-hmm.
everything. And for the last card on 2023, it says walk away. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. So I believe that 2023 is going to be it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I think because we're going to start looking at yeah. Okay, in 2024, the first card up is the Seven of Swords. So there may be somebody trying to steal
Mm-hmm.
or let's see what comes up next is the birds, talking, communication, news, gossip, partners, meetings, anxiety, flighty, and siblings. So this might be talking about our own personal lives. Maybe somebody's trying to get into our minds and steal our thoughts, or just in general. So be careful about what people are talking about because they might be just trying to change your mind on something that you really do have already a strong concept in. So try not to allow somebody in that's going to mess you up. Okay, then I got declutter. I think this is talking about myself. You'll feel better and you'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule. What I'm hearing from this card right here is that the things that's going on in the world right now
Mm-hmm.
may take some time for them to rebuild
Mm-hmm.
and to that they may need. It's going to look a whole lot back. I'm watching something being built. It's going to look a whole lot better. People are going to start coming back, but there's going to be many people who have lost their lives, and they're going to all their new jobs are going to be coming in, but they're going to need something to get started.
Mm-hmm.
So we have stuff that we don't need. It may take us, another year or so to collect what we don't want, don't need, get it all together, and ship it over there because it's going to take some time for them to get it sorted out, because there's going to be a whole lot of people needing our help. And then the last card is holiday. The answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. I believe that the we're going to start feeling a whole lot better,
Right. I feel like
because
it's a burial, like we have
yeah,
our possessions in a row. Yeah.
yeah. And then the last year I got the Nine of Cups. So I believe that either we're going to figure out our family is insane, or we are just going to start celebrating what we have. Not worry about what other people have. The next card up is empower yourself to change your narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So after we get done feeling really good about doing everything, after getting through all this stuff, whether it be, family stuff, political stuff, um, whether it be the war or, you know, everything that's going on in life, it's going to start catching up with us after we have just a little bit of breathing time at the end of the 24, which each 24, yes, so 25. I believe that we're going to all start feeling a whole lot better about everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The viruses, everything, because then I got focus on your priorities. Where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your
Mm-hmm.
priorities are calling to you, which many produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and the attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident, because we're all about helping and helping and helping, and that's what's going on. We're staying away from everybody, or we're starting to get back with people, and we're starting to go out and do things in the world, and with all this stuff that we're doing for everybody else, sometimes it's nice just to take a minute for ourselves.
Right.
And the last card I got was, you've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So after we get through all this caca and all the nonsense, and start living again, it can't be the way it was, but
No.
we're on a new beginning here, and just know that you are enough.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's a
are
great.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know many people who really wanted to go back to what it was before 2020?
I haven't really given it a whole lot of thought, but you know, and the way I think that it's all good. No
Mm-hmm.
matter what happens, it's all good, because there's always lessons. There's lessons to be learned every day, and
Mm-hmm.
it's up to us if we want to pick up on it or not.
Yep. That's kind of the impression I get from a lot of people. Well, now we're to questions that showed up today, and this is someone you may know. So I'm going to do a general. I'm going to throw a garden for her. Um, you can do whatever kind of reading you think is appropriate, since you know more about her than I do.
You must be talking about Michelle.
Yes, I am talking about Michelle.
I
Woo!
call her
Michelle
young
rolls
blood.
off the table. Oh, you got fun stuff. You got a whole lot of outer energy. Your your sister's going. That doesn't amaze me. Um, Creativity is the key to your security, and you've got your mind in your root chakra, and you've got. And I remember I talked about the heart. How the heart is how we enter our garden, and for you, spirit makes your heart alive. So you must be some sort of delightful creature. You've got your values in your throat chakra, which boosts your self esteem. Oh, this girl's good. Boost your own self esteem and your own self expression. Can you stop her from expressing herself?
No,
Okay.
no.
Then the only thing is, the only place where you kind of start to have a little bit of a problem is in your body, and it's not a big problem, but see how these mixes physical. Um, Oh, physical feelings are telling you how to take the next step, but you're not listening to your physical feelings. So you're in a little bit of a quandary right now. But the clarity is coming to you because you've got your clarity is in water, and it says you have all the clarity you need. Follow what your instincts are telling you, and you just hit into go for it, and move on your intuitions now. So you got that's what the reading for the garden was like, Michelle, today.
Okay, I got awakening. Yes,
Yes,
so
exactly.
true. So true. And it says, change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness. A temporary pause in the action. This is like the Hanged Man, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
little fairy, and it's got the yin yang above it.
Mm-hmm.
But she is definitely starting her awakening. You know, she's
Okay.
a little psychic in bloom. And then the next card is the King of Springs. You know, innovation, inspiring, wise, theatrical, just like you were saying. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a financial windfall, your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your cause. Okay, let's see what's next. So we know who your King of Spring
Good.
is. And the Six of Spring says, wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. Look at that.
How cool.
Then the bottom is the Two of Winter. In Indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. And there's a little one right there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that, Michelle, it's not all about get your groove on, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
listen.
And that's your dog, not mine. I want to let people know we don't have one right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. The neighbor's dogs is out, so I'm
Really?
sorry.
Okay. Okay. We have someone who wants us just to pull a card for her. So yeah, your sister's on a bit of a trip. She's caught kind of between a rock and a hard place in her own mind right now, but she's going to do kind of fine. Okay. So we are
Yeah,
pulling a
she's
card
pretty smart.
for Debbie Kane. Oh, the Knight of Raphael. Woo woo, girl. Um, a committed romantic relationships being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. This could be romantic or this could be situational changes you're running into people that are inspiring you, but it's a real change in your emotional outlook. So that's a great card. I hope that's true.
I just have to say, Michelle, I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. I said that from my own mouth, not from anything else. It's because when we go on that trip here in a little while, in a couple of weeks or whatever it is, and go on a big adventure, you know, I was just and you know why I said it. I won't say no more about that part. But I
Okay.
apologize. I shouldn't have said that. I really do apologize, Michelle. I shouldn't have said that.
She's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pull
Okay,
a card.
Deb's got, yeah, Princess Summer.
Ooh,
Romantic
that's the
captivity.
Prince of Cups. That's the Knight of Cups. That's
Yeah,
what we just pulled. It's just you got this. You get man. This is jumping on you, girl.
there you go. Says falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the
Mm-hmm.
need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. You know, it doesn't really mean that, you know, it might be a partner or whatever. It might mean that, you know, you're got it going on inside your own self, finding your own true self and loving
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
That's true. Okay, we got another one because we're going to try to get through these. Because will I always have enough financial funds to cover my expenses? So I'm going to do that on the pendulum because it's quicker, and we're getting to that time.
I feel I just a thought about that was just that you made it this far. You know, try not to allow fear to stop you or to trap you into thinking that you won't be taken the rest of the way.
Yeah, I got a great big yes. I got a great big yes that just kept swinging wider and wider.
Yeah, I'm getting yes too.
Okay, so we're not going to dwell on that because you got a yes, and we don't want to screw it up. Okay, another quick one. Will my house sell right away for a greater price than the list price? I don't know where your house is. If it was in Dallas, I know it would be. But okay, you don't get your expectations too blown up, because when it came in, it went yes, it's going to sell, and then it went a little bit towards the don't get hung up on the greater the list price. Is what did you get?
Yeah, mine's going in circles, and I usually don't get circles unless it's like, your mind, you're putting too much in your mind about something, and this is about funds.
See, when I was
So,
thinking the house sells right away, it was like yes, but when I got to the greater the list price, that's when it screws up. So I think your house is going to sell right away. I think someone's inflated your theory on how much money you're going to get for it. And don't be disappointed. Be grateful for whatever it is.
yeah,
Okay,
I
here's
guess I
the yes.
should worry
No.
about it.
I mean, my daughters are estranged from my husband and me. Is this permanent? Okay, I got a really weird reading on that. It went yes, then it wandered, and then it went no. I think it's going to take longer than you think. I do not think it will be permanent, but I don't think it's going to be fixed like tomorrow.
Yeah,
What you get?
that's what I'm getting to.
Okay. Oops. Where'd it go? Thank you, Cold Toes. Thank you very much. Cold Toes contributed to our cause here, which, by the
Not
way, I have my contribution ways to do it. You can do it either here in the monetization and chat, or I have Venmo and PayPal. If you like the shows I do, and I know I have a lot of other things I sell, but if you just want to support us to keep us going, because I'm a little old lady, I have on my shirt that says, it says, little old lady, more like battle tested woman warrior. So,
yeah, there you go.
but okay. So, but thank you, Cold Toast, for supporting us. And thank you to everybody who's shown up today and those who loyally show up and have stayed past the hour. So, we're going to do Will My Youngest Daughter Marriage Survive? I think I'm going to ask not that question. I'm going to ask, should your youngest daughter's marriage survive? Are you happier saying it that way, Melinda?
Yeah, that's how I'm saying it.
Okay. No.
Yeah, mine's going like wonky.
Mm-hmm.
So they might just have troubles,
Mm-hmm.
but it might not work out, but it might work out and she's unhappy. So is that working out or not? I don't think so. If you're unhappy in a situation.
A reader saw my mother standing behind me holding two babies. I know one was my brother's twin who died at birth, but I do not know who. Do I have an unknown sibling? Did you get it? Okay, I'm going to do it with the pendulum time. It's pendulum time. No, it was your mother's sibling. It's your mother's sibling. She's taking care of it. Right. It's not you. It's not in your sibling line. It was from your mother's life. And let me go down and see if I catch anybody else, because everybody's saying goodbye. Okay, that's it, guys. We're done. I want to thank you for showing up and being with me today on kind of short notice. We talked about it last night. And And if you guys like this format, it's what I'm going to be doing a little bit more of. I'm going to come on briefly tomorrow because, and I'm not going to have any guesties or anybody with me. I'm changing to a new sort of project with the garden, and I used it quite a bit here. I'm going to show people more about it. I've had a lot of questions about it. I actually had people writing me who asked me if I could please create a membership so that at least twice a month the happy gardeners could all meet and have like a group that they meet in. So I'm setting that up right now with YouTube. And to come and play in the garden, you have to have a garden. But thank you to everybody who showed up, and I really appreciate you being here. And I really appreciate Melinda, who has the best tarot channel name I know. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Goodbye.